Okay, now is the turn for decomposition reaction, which is very much important for the examination point of view. You have to prepare for the upcoming examination. Okay, decomposition reaction is completely opposite from the combination reaction. First, we have to understand the definition of the decomposition reaction. The decomposition reaction is the reaction in which the compound is broken down into two or more simpler substances. That is called decomposition reaction. That is done with the help of heat. That is done with the help of light and electricity. Decomposition reaction is a combination reaction is directly opposite or a combination reaction to the reactant mayam the punjal lakanda anova new product ama form to given. But whereas sigi decomposition reaction is the nang ngasai compound split to the thugai do ni nang ngasai compound adu split to yani or broken down to yani with the help of heat, with the help of light, and with the help of electrical current. Example, nangi AB kauba nangi compound am lay AB kauba compound ama AB kauba compound there aina thugai yani A plus B am auto yani sini ba koina decomposition reaction hai the simple aduna definition quite first you have to understand definition adum hangi ko very important examination point of view lakadori examination you in preparation adum to yare reaction yauri reaction do loi khang ba yare practice a lot you have to practice a lot then only you can understand how to write chemical formula properly and chemical equation properly nangi chemical equation ni balancing to word loi mak tamani ko next decomposition reaction ta ko de kai no hai kanda nangi the reaction iron definition the reaction in which the compound is broken down into two or more simpler substances. See boy koina decomposition reaction ko decomposition reaction hai koina eko chemical equation acid base ro types of chemical reaction ro angang na khwai dagi difficulty problem mayong na banga tani kai gino hai kanda reaction ma'am yauri lot of reaction nangi acid base reaction yauri types of chemical reaction jo koi tamak do je combination reaction lai gra decomposition reaction lai gra displacement reaction lai gra displacement reaction single displacement hai ma double displacement hai ma adai redox reaction reducing agent karam no oxidizing agent karam no question yam toina hang banga tani ba but yam lai lai ne exam do fajana preparation to tara di mark to dum low yani but now why should you are not getting high marks in chemistry maram di kaina kanda chemical equation do fajana khang bangam da bai ne fajana rectify tawraga fajana yamna correct oy formation da ibo ngamak ta du ne khwai first root level da atomic number pharak ta ba atomic mass khang ta ba chemical formula khang ta ba reaction iba hek ta ba maroi na problem de aduna practice to da ro si yam lu possibility na te aduna decomposition reaction ni statement yung khwai first understand to bi ani which is completely opposite from the nangi combination reaction dagi heat number long oiga the decomposition reaction with the help of heat the broken down of that compound into with the help of heat that is called thermal decomposition reaction if the decomposition reaction is done with the help of heat that is called thermal decomposition reaction then thermal decomposition reaction de kai no heat number long oiga thugai do ni aduga nangi electricity to aduna electrolytic decomposition electrolytic or electrolysis electrolytic decomposition reaction. The decomposition reaction which is done with the help of electric current that is called electrolytic decomposition reaction. The reaction or decomposition reaction with the help of light that is called photochemical decomposition reaction. Kauraneba thermal decomposition reaction da nang na exam da yam hangali ja si mari manga ja tani ko yeng ji ko thermal heat ti da hydrogen heat ta na yaw je ham da calcium carbon je heat pi da thugai ba ne ko aduga nangi sigi limestone hai je si quick lime no ola kadoi ni calcium oxide aduga nangi si carbon dioxide form to ni carbon dioxide ni lime water da aduga kam sanu matam da lime water turn milky hai magi milk masu olai do chango masu olai do aduna calcium carbonate hit poya thugai ba ani nangi kaino adai iron sulfate hai ro ferrous sulfate se hit pi thugai ba ani aduga ferric oxide ne aduga sulfur dioxide ne aduga sulfur trioxide thadora ko releasing sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide aduga nangi lead nitrate hai ro lead nitrate se hit pi thugai ba ani ko aduga lead oxide ne aduga nitrogen dioxide ne aduga oxygen ga release to pe an si ne koina thermal decomposition reaction ai si reaction om jigata ni ko yoi ji eko practical one is copper carbonate ke thuai be copper oxide ke carbon dioxide ke formation gi copper carbonate ke je nang aji thuai be ai ba with the help of heat tuna aduga copper oxide tu ga nang carbon dioxide tu release tok pe ai yai ko heat tuna maram oi thuai bu na thermal decomposition reaction ko sima si reaction ji ko makha to khini slide ta adana aduga electricity na maram oi ga with the help of electric current na thuai ra ga na madu boi khoi na electrolysis na traga electrolytic decomposition reaction ko re ba adi kai kai no ma da yau ja water thuai ban water ji ai hazik electric current pisala electric current apply to ge ko practical to khiji ko electric current apply to ji aduga H2 plus O2 ji thukai be ane ye ko next time nangi sodium chloride haro sodium chloride se electric current thajala ji aduga sodium duga chlorine gas duga ni separate to gane nangi aluminum oxide haro Al2 alumina haido aluminum oxide to nangi Al ga O2 ji ani separate to gane that is called electrolytic decomposition reaction ko yaw ji kani ko atop ke yaw na ti ko photochemical decomposition is mark yam line and low way among atani practically don't to way among atani you can easily get all the marks decomposition reaction the photochemical silver silver chloride yaw light hazal lakadoi light hazal lakanda nani silver duga chlorine duga ni separate to din sina silver bromide hairo silver bromide su light hazal ani aduga silver duga bromine duga ani do separate to ne that is called decomposition reaction ni aina briefly knowledge ama tan taksabani practical to jiko yin jiko heat number mo ga decompose away electrical current decompose away light number mo decompose away decompose away thugai ba split to ba patha pum dhan do koina decomposition reaction ko idana that is called decompose of bacteria naga patha pum dhan be idana khoi ja ad decompose on be just like that decomposition reaction haiba process se si mahan khambiro a b ko compound am leire with the help of heat natraga light natraga electricity thuai taraga di a plus b ko ba compound ama two or more simpler substance form to hole that is called akoina decomposition reaction ko ko the reaction in which the compound is broken down into two or more simpler substances or split down or splitting into sima yare ko haji practical yenge you have to look the practical ai haji tag do decomposition reaction ja akoina thermal decomposition reaction thermal adi kai no ngasai do heat na maram oraga kai gumba compound thugai taraga di madu akoina thermal decomposition reaction ko amu ulake ba syllabus yawo do copper carbonation di adum kana calcium carbonate hange aduna copper carbonate adan thamaga ferrous sulfate haine ferrous sulfate to ngasagi ferrous sulfate to nangi green color oriba je koina reddish brown ola kadoine which is turn into reddish brown ola kadoine why first nangi green do white ola ni white to dagi amu nang ngasagi white ola ko matam do kai no hakana ngasagi hydrated ferrous sulfate to hydrated haido isinga pungla ra ko heat pisala kanda last white ola kani white to turn red brownish red on ola kadoine magi machu aduna nangi practical to ga tawe nang ajai loi je ferrous sulfate ni ko ferrous sulfate green color ore ko tu machu je green color ore ko sigi ferrous sulfate green ka start to ko khoina ferrous sulfate to aina ferric oxide ne sulfur dioxide ola kadoine si machu je ola kadoine magi machu maje reddish brown ola kadoine ko amu white ola matung da reddish brown ola ko yengji ko si je ai start to si ka asala ni test tu apala ai actually kai no ferrous sulfate to niko ferrous sulfate se test to hapsale ai burn je mai thara ge tu mai sai ko yen ko adu ga he ji thammage now nang ji puro du si thamma tam khara tu sai green color yen ji ko white ole ko white is turned into keba reddish brown ola ka doine mai ma chu ji yen ji pung yo nang ngasai gi machu do on ji bok tok tare karam karam machu ola ka de ga du yin tare tu ola ji tam that will turn into reddish brown ngasai gi green do to reddish brown on grade that is the reaction of thermal decomposition reaction thermal hai ta di mai tha do ni mai tharaga ari kai thola kane se sulfur dioxide ko sulfur trioxide ko thokra ne ye ko air pollutant oi do ne duna akoi ta mangja do ne ko air pollution thola ka do ne aduna nang na khanga dab ja si dum lai nang sai calcium carbonate haro calcium carbonate to aina siga chamana na mai tha je ko adu calcium oxide ka carbon dioxide ka form that carbon dioxide is nang inserted into the lime water that lime water turn milky maram di completely mado khoi gi precipitate oiram ni na completely khoi na dissolve to ngam dar ni water सी याई को thermal decomposition reaction की example ने one of the example नंग copper carbonate का तो हायर जिने copper carbonate उंगला वाजी बसे ferrous sulfate की मोटा आई reset तौर को now thermal decomposition दा सीधा copper carbonate उंगला वाजी copper carbonate से लावर जी को आई स्टार्ट तौर को सी जो सा माना में green color जी हाफ सा लो copper carbonate की यार को माना grey color मसु वाला का दोइन अरे जी सी में थारा के तू सी पुष्कर लो थम्मो योंको तम तम मोला का दोइन को नंग copper carbonate तो copper oxide का carbon dioxide का release तौर को दोइन ये बको मागी मचु मसाई green color और हम बदो now it will become grey color और का दोइन तू ओले तू मसाई green color और हम बदो grey color और that is the example of thermal decomposition reaction thermal decomposition reaction यारे को next हम practical हम तो जेब thermal decomposition reaction की मतलब दा अकोई ना electrolytic decomposition reaction है नम जाओगे electrolytic decomposition reaction it is with particularly done by water दा तोई अदु sodium chloride water दो आई ना मई थाजन दोई निको अदु कांडे electrolyte नंगी practically नंगी योंको practically ना तो वे नंगी water दुगा hydrogen दुगा अदि separate तो वे you have to separate that water दगी hydrogen and oxygen they separate तो वे hydrogen की 1:8 ratio दा निको होई नुफोम तो गिदो अदुगा hydrogen अनि 2:1 की ratio दा atomic particle ना अदुगा मागी atomic mass ताई तादी 1:8 की ratio दा hydrogen की 1 oxygen की 8 मागी molecular mass होला कान याई को मधु की ratio दा ने decomposition reaction which is electrolytic decomposition reaction येंग जी